inside Cottonwood. I'm Mayor Diane Jones, your host, and we have two guests with us this morning. Jen Mayberry, who is, I always do that.
I know.
Jen Mayberry, health educator, Yavapai County Community Health Services, and Carla Hover, who is the coordinator of Community Health Education, also from Yavapai County Community Health Services. And I've been working with Carla for, gosh, well, I've been mayor 8 years and on council 4 years before that. How long have you been with the county?
I've been with the county 15 years, but
Okay.
you and I were actually working together even before that.
Okay.
On Teen Mays and
Oh,
some
that's
of those
right.
events.
Teen Mays, I remember, with Barbara
probably
Chavez and Linda
17,
Evans.
Yeah, 17, 18 years.
Yeah, that's a while, isn't it?
Yes.
So we've known each other forever. And Jen, I just met probably in the last couple of years, although I think you grew up here, didn't you?
Pretty close to it. I got here the summer before my freshman year.
Okay.
I've been here about 30 years, so you get to do the math now.
Right.
And love it. Love the Verde Valley. Graduated at Mingus in 90, and I just started working with the Health Services Department with Carla in June. And it's been great. There I've been doing tobacco education, youth coalitions. We have two at the high school, one at the high school and one at Cottonwood Middle School, and it's just been great.
So health educator. So how did you gain that kind of experience?
Back, I've been such in the outdoor world in the past, and so I did a lot of outdoor experiential ed.
Okay.
In guiding and working for Yavapai College as a sign-on guide. And so we did a lot of out in the field education, and I've always been familiar with that, and it's a huge passion of mine in that regard. So it was a really fun transition to come in and do that in the classroom. I felt like I had a really nice background in that and was able to bring it into the class. So
well, that's wonderful. So loving the outdoors, of course you love the Verde Valley.
I do. I am always on the river. You'll usually see me out there kayaking. Went up to NAU, got my degree up there, and just really kept that in the Parks and Rec field and outdoor education. So it's
wonderful.
Been a nice,
really a perfect match.
Yes, pretty much.
Great. And Carla, you want to share a little bit about your background?
I've been in the Verde Valley for 20 years now. Raised my kids here. They went through the school systems. They're off and grown. But I've been with the county for the 15 years and coordinate all of the health education programs, which goes from preschool all the way into working with elders. So we do a lot of different programs in the school. We do the tobacco that Jen's working with. We do nutrition, physical activity programs, healthy relationships, teen pregnancy prevention, and then we're working with some adult programs now.
Okay, so you just have the spectrum of all kinds of individuals that you work with, all kinds of age groups, and so every day is different.
Every day.
And it's never boring. I can't imagine.
Every hour is different.
Every minute, huh?
It keeps us hopping.
Yes, I know. And Safe Routes to School, I love that program.
Safe Routes to School, and we do walk to school days with the kids, and we do bike rodeos, and all of the bright neon shirts that you see the kids wearing around town that have the walking logos on them. That usually means they've walked to school with us at some point in their lives.
That originated, I remember getting all these little emails about grants and sending them to the city manager, Doug Bartosh, and like, can we do this? And what's going on with this?
Yeah,
and
Safe Routes has several sections
to it.
It
does. And we also, I think, did a study for the school.
Yes, we did.
Traffic study or something like that, which as we're reconstructing Mingus Avenue, we're using some of those comments and those studies that Safe Routes to School provided in their study.
Yeah.
But you're on the fun stuff, going to the schools, and they all meet in the park, and you take a walk and up to school for both the junior high, the middle school, and then
Sedona as well.
You've expanded, I was going to say, into other communities.
We did walk to schools with both Sedona schools this year, and have for 2 or 3 years now. So we have West Sedona and Big Park School both do walk to school days with us as well.
Great.
And the numbers are great.
We saw
Sedona
about
folks are loving it.
200. Well, with all the schools, we were probably over 800 kids.
Yeah, easily. It was excellent.
That's fantastic. And you know, even though your offices, the county complex is in the city of Cottonwood, you serve everyone in the Yavapai County.
Yes.
And so you're out in Sedona, you're in Clarkdale, you're in Camp Verde and Sedona and Verde Village and all the communities.
Over the hill.
Over you.
So we have Cottonwood. We have a Cottonwood site, and there are 5 of us here that serve all of the Verde Valley. And then there's also a Prescott site where there are, I keep losing track, maybe 9. And they serve all of educators, and they serve all of that side of the mountain, all the way from Ash Fork down to Black Canyon City.
Great.
So we do cover the entire county.
Yeah.
So your programs, you were telling me about what happened last night.
Yeah, we have, in my world, we have a couple of youth coalitions. One is at the high school and one is at the middle school. We're called YCCHS. That's our acronym for Yavapai Anti-Tobacco Coalition of Youth. And so last night we took one of our high school students, our president of our coalition, and she did what we call yearly compliance checks. So we drove around with 2 retired police officers, and we went and tried to have a 15-year-old purchase cigarettes or tobacco product of any sort, and see what they would do with a fake ID, asking if she had an ID. And I was pretty proud of Cottonwood last night. No one would sell to her. And we hit about 15, 16 different stores that sell tobacco products. And it was essentially a sting operation, and it went great.
So that says a lot for our businesses in Cottonwood and really the Verde Valley, that they are aware of that and that they're following the law.
They are checking IDs.
And
they
checking
are
IDs
asking.
and caring about our kids, our youth.
They really are. And the kids are so impressive. They are so brave to me, and they step up every time. So we have a lot more to come. You'll start seeing throughout the new year and their focus.
Now, wasn't this the same group that came to the city council about smoking in parks?
Absolutely.
So that just shows you the power of youth when they step up to government and say, we want this, and this is why, with their data and their facts.
Yes.
And they actually created the ordinance. Our youth did.
They did.
An anti-smoking ordinance in our park.
And this year, if I may, this year we started a survey again regarding a topic called Tobacco 21. And their focus this year will be trying to raise the age from 18 to 21 to legally purchase tobacco products. And I was very proud of them at Verde River Days. They took some surveys, well over 200, and we got some real data on that. And it was surprisingly, there were plenty of no's, but we had a vast difference, and the majority yes. So they are working quite hard in starting that and getting that going this season. So we're very excited about that, and we have a lot of support from our powers to be through the state and whatnot with that. So we're excited.
Well, that's great. And that you went to the public. You went out to the public, or they did. The youth did.
The youth did. It's all them.
The youth did and asked the question.
Yes.
So yeah, it's one of those really hot button touchy subjects.
Yes.
And it's, you're not going to be popular no matter what happens because, so it's just
hard.
Yeah, it is. So they're really learning what being in governance is like by doing these kinds of things. Well, it's already time for our first break. Our little half hour goes very quickly. We'll be right back in just a moment.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach re-employment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
Welcome back to Inside Cottonwood. Mayor Diane Jones, your host, with Carla Hover and Jen Mabry. And you would think, I've lived here 30 years also, you would think that I would say the Mabry name correct, but you know, you go back to the TV show and
Yep.
and you're always so kind when I
All good.
I pronounce it the way that I should. You're kind, and when I don't, you're still kind. So we really are here today to talk about a very special new program that you just started at the Yavapai County Community Health Services offices, and it's called Trekabout.
That's right.
So we're here to let the public know how can they participate, and you're trying to increase people's good health.
Yes.
And this is a wonderful program. I was able to go on your inaugural hike.
Thank you for that. That was great.
And I want to go on some more. I see some here. It's a really bad day for me, Tuesdays, but I still will try whenever I can. But I'm hoping that we can let members of the public know about this program and that you'll get some more participation.
Yes.
So what is Trekabout, and when did you start it?
Trekabout is a great walking and hiking club. As you said, sponsored by Yavapai County Community Health Services, and it is designed to get people up, get moving, get out, enjoy our surroundings, and actually meet some new people while we're out there. We meet once a week on Tuesdays right now at 8 a.m. and it is year-round, so it gives us a chance to do all seasons, and it'll change throughout the year. But it actually started on the Prescott side, gosh, about 15 plus years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you know, I was coming through there, I said, wow, what a great program. Of course, let's bring this over to the Verde side, bring it to our community members and encourage them to get up and get moving. And we have such, as you know, beautiful areas to go explore, our trail systems. And we said, of course, let's get into this and jump both feet forward. So we're excited about it. It's a great little club.
Well, that's fantastic. So you've done a hike. Well, first we did the Cliff Rose hike, which is a collaborative hiking trail that the Yavapai County and Supervisor Chip Davis and the City of Cottonwood collaborated on. We all took a little piece of it. One provided labor and one provided materials for the trail head, and we just worked together to make that happen, along with the Verde Valley Land Preservation Institute, Bob Rothrock, and his group of folks. Charlie Scully was a big person that worked on that trail, and it's just a great collaborative process.
Indeed.
So then you've also gone to, well, around Loy Butte, that area.
Yep. So far, for our month of October, we have gone from Cliff Rose out towards the Fay Canyon area.
Fay Canyon, okay.
Beautiful spot. We did Doe Mesa. We had one rain out. We had some awesome weather, so we couldn't go up on Mingus, but it's carried over into November, the Wood Chute Trail.
The Wood Chute Trail.
Which is just
that's
super
beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful. That one could be 3 to 6 miles, depending on the level of experience, or what the hikers want to do. But if you go far enough, you can look. I mean, you can just see Perkinsville, I think, and the Verde Valley, and
you get each side of the spectrum. That's what I love about it. The saddle up there is just gorgeous. So one side of all the Verde, and then off into the Prescott side, just excellent views. So
that's
And
so I know that you're carrying some safety equipment, and you're all prepared for anything that could happen.
We are. All of us. It's always 2 of us. Usually myself, and then one of our other educators, and Carla will come as well. We carry our first aid equipment. I usually have a couple backup walking sticks, but we always encourage people to bring plenty of water. Sun protection, from sunglasses, hats to sunscreen, and walking sticks are great. And of course, we practice a leave what you find and a leave no trace out there.
Leave no trace.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
excellent.
Yeah.
So, is it open to anyone? Are there age levels or?
It is meant as an adult group, but it open to all adult populations. We try to really encourage that 50 and 60 plus to get up and get out in a safe way, but it is an adult situation as far as our group goes, yes.
So generally, if someone wants to bring a child, it would be more difficult for that person.
It could be, depending on the terrain that we're at and the age of the child. We do radar trails, which we'll get into, but on a scale. But it would be a little bit difficult for
a
them,
child to do some of those
certain situations.
The next one you're going, I think, is the Sedona Airport. Is that the next one? And you were saying that might be a little bit more challenging.
Yes, I try in our reports that we give every month to alert our community where we're going. We'll make notations on trails, and Airport Loop does have a little bit of a steep edge, a little rocky, so if people aren't too sure-footed, that note will be in the description. We want to make sure that everyone really has a understanding of what we're doing and never hesitate to call or ask a question.
So you really have something for everyone on your level of difficulty on your trails. You're trying to accommodate those who might need a more challenging trail, and then you're also trying to accommodate someone that doesn't get a lot of exercise but wants to get out and enjoy nature and start exercising. And
yes, and we absolutely, we go on a scale from 1 through 4, 4 being the most strenuous, 1 being the most easy, and throughout the month we want people to be able to pick and choose what would suit them best. And as they grow and progress, hey, I might try that next level trail. Let's see where I'm at, and we're going to do our best to accommodate. So we do try to cover most everyone's ability.
That reminds me of Rocky Trail. My husband and I years ago hiked up the Cleopatra Hill in Jerome, and that's like Scrabble. It is. It's like, and he was like, oh, because I'd always wanted to hike the Grand Canyon. He's like, I'm not sure I'm taking you to
I don't think so. Not sure about that yet.
You got to get Cleopatra Hill down.
Right, so you'll take it in stride. Let's start here and get to there.
Right, so that's what you're trying to do with people. You're trying to start basic and work them up to maybe they could go to the Grand Canyon and hike if they like.
Absolutely.
And they would feel confident in doing it.
Yes, we want to provide that safe space.
So do you have to, we've talked about that, be an avid hiker to join Trekabout. You basically can be anybody that would like to try to get out and just see the beauty of the Verde Valley.
There's so much we have. It's people go, what do you do here? I said, are you kidding me? A lot to do.
Absolutely. So does it cost anything?
Here's the great thing, the price is free.
Okay, the price is right, right?
The price is right, come on down. It is absolutely free. We keep it that way. We're just encouraging that space for people to come out and let's get out and breathe some fresh air and get going. So,
what if somebody would like to take their pet, their dog?
They can bring them. Sometimes there's so many restrictions. Our only rule in the club is that they must be on a leash, just for everybody's safety. Sometimes doggies are so wonderful, they want to move through people and bump someone. So bring your pet, keep them on a leash. We're good with that.
And bring bags.
And bring bags. Yes.
To clean up.
Leave no trace.
Anything. Yes, leave no trace.
Exactly.
So, so someone that, I know my hike, there was a pet, a little doggy, and he was so cute and well behaved, and he was smiling. He was just enjoying his walk too.
That was Tosh.
The tail was wagging, and
Toshi's kind of a mascot. I know.
So how does someone who would like to hike, how do they sign up for that?
It's very easy. There's a couple different ways. Number one, I'm going to give a phone number. You can call over at our office. It's 928-634-6877. Call for any information, and I will put you on a list, which is an email list that we have. And that's our other way of getting a hold of us, which you can email at, I'm going to say it and spell it here if it's easiest, but it's Jen, Jen, .Mabry, M-A-B-E-R-Y, @yavapai.us. And you could get a hold of us that way. What I do is put us on a group email, and every month I'll send out the new month's schedule, and in between that I alert people as to what's coming up, or if there's any changes or anything that's happened. I want to make sure everybody's aware. Or if it rains, or if there's lightning.
Right.
So we want to just keep our group advised, and the group email is for the group. It's nice because people can communicate with each other. If we start,
you want to share a ride, or something
get into
like
carpooling, it's your forum. So we really encourage that. But that is how we do that, and I also place flyers at the library and many other locations. But the number in the email for sure.
And the rec center.
And the rec center, of course. We have talked with the rec center, and honestly, if people are looking to co-sponsor, please call. It would be great to have some co-sponsorship. Get a hold of us on the email or the phone. Love to talk to those people, those businesses.
And the rec center does have some daycare.
Yes, they do. That's correct.
You know, you could talk to Richard and the staff about being able to use that for the hikes.
Absolutely.
As a partnership or something.
Because as we grow, you know, we will be moving to different times or dates, and it's nice to have that extra support. So, absolutely.
Great. Okay, so we're already ready for our last break. So we will be right back in just a moment.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Welcome back to Inside Cottonwood. I'm Mayor Diane Jones, your host, just visiting here with my guests on the break, Jen Mabry and Carla Hover. So we are going to talk next about what Carla does for the county, which is, we're just going to cover a couple of things because she does so much. We couldn't cover it all in one Inside Cottonwood episode, but healthy living workshops. So is this something new that you're doing?
This is fairly new, just in the last few years. This is a program, the Healthy Living Workshops are a program for adults of all ages. We have 3 different programs. They're designed by Stanford University, but we have one for people with chronic illness of any sort. We have one for people with diabetes, and we have one for people with who are dealing with chronic pain.
Okay.
And they're all, you know, designed by Stanford. We also have a 4th one that's called Matter of Balance, that is a very light movement exercise class, and it's more designed as a fall prevention class, and can even be done by people who are using a walker or wheelchair, and it's a very light movement class.
And where do you hold these classes?
Current ones, we've done it at the rec center. The current one we're doing at the county building on 6th Street. We just have to have a place where we have a room large enough that we can hold 10 to 15 people and have space.
So you could do that in the Verde room even? Or
we're doing the current one in the Verde room.
Okay.
We could even do it if one of the senior homes had a large room and wanted to host it. We can go to their facility and run it for not only their residents, but for other people in the public that might like to join us.
That's great, because we certainly have places that you know, fall prevention, I'm on the Governor's Council on Aging, a council member, and one of our primary things that we do is talk about and collaborate with the different health agencies and providers on fall prevention, because once an elderly person falls, or even any age person, you can just really damage bones, and
it just takes longer to heal.
And it does, as people, for older adults.
Yes.
And it just seems like it's maybe a little bit more prevalent. People get a little bit unsteady on their feet, and so it just can really take a person down, falling. And that's why fall prevention is so important.
Right.
So I think a lot of agencies in the community that provide care go out and look, you know, for, they do assessments in the homes on...
They do safety assessments.
Safety assessments and all of that. So, so how long are some of your classes? How long do they last?
They're 6-week programs, and they're once a week, and they're for about 2.5 hours each week.
Okay.
So it is a time commitment.
It is.
But it's time well spent.
Yeah. So they're not only just learning exercises that they can do, but they're learning information.
Well, the other one, the 3 that we do on chronic disease, we do everything. We talk about diet, we talk about nutrition, we talk about stress reduction, we talk about communication, how to talk to your healthcare provider, how to talk to your family about what's going on. So we're giving them a toolbox so that they can delve in and find something that works for them. They're very interactive, and we also have the social support of a group of 10 to 15 of your peers.
Okay, fantastic. So how much does that cost?
Free.
Okay. We can't beat the price, right?
They're absolutely free.
Okay.
And there actually is a book that goes with it.
Okay.
And the book is free as well, and they're great reference books, but the class itself, there's no cost.
Okay.
People are just encouraged to sign up and come.
All right. Got community service by Community Health Services.
Right.
So you say that you have a book, and so when can they start a class?
We actually just started one last Monday for people dealing with chronic pain. I can still take reservations, hold them a spot at this point if they wanted to start by the second class.
Okay.
We will still get them in.
So this will be going for, this interview will probably, this episode will be played for probably a month. So how about
So what they would want to do would be to call and let us know which of those 4 programs they're interested in. What I would like to do is start keeping a list, and when I can see that one of the lists is starting to build, we will put together that particular program, and then I'll go back and call everybody that's contacted me, and then we'll go ahead and advertise it and pick up more people.
Okay, so on the screen we have the number 639-8130.
That is our main number.
Okay.
They can call direct for this program. They can call directly to my desk, which is 928-634-6858.
6858. Okay. So anything else you want to talk about for the Healthy Living Workshops? Anything we haven't covered?
This is just something that we offer that has been so positive for people. A lot of people dealing with chronic pain or chronic illness of any sort feel very isolated. And this is a chance for them to get out and talk about what's going on and figure out ways to deal with what's going on. So it's a positive experience for everybody. And actually this program that we started now, we have 4 people that did our last program
that are
for chronic illness that are specifically focusing on the chronic pain.
Okay. So you feel like it's very successful?
It is a successful program, and it's done all over the state. So this is just the chronic pain workshop they've been doing in Prescott for a couple of years now, and this is the first one that we've offered over here because they were too busy. It is so popular in Prescott,
and they're just,
that we trained, and we'll be doing it over here as well.
A large population over there, but I'm glad that you got to bring it over here.
Yes.
That's great. So we have just another minute, and I thought that maybe we could wrap up by talking about the next hike.
Absolutely. Next hike in November will be the 3rd The 3rd is Tuesday, yes.
Yes.
And we are going to kick it off with the jail trail. It'll be a great entry-level hike. Most anyone can come, meeting down in Old Town, and we'll hike along the river out as far as riverfront and back, and take our time and talk about some wonderful things out there. So very much looking forward to that.
So anyone in the Verde Valley who doesn't know where the jail trail is, you just go to Old Town Cottonwood, and it's the little rock building. It's now the Wild Rose Tea Room.
That's right, yeah.
And you can park there. There's city parking in that area. There's plenty of parking, so come one, come all from all over the Verde Valley or Prescott area or wherever you would like to come from and enjoy this hike on November 3rd.
8 a.m.
At 8 a.m. That's important.
Time is important.
And you can bring your pet on a leash. And that's a great little pet walk also.
It's wonderful.
But if you miss that, then you have November 10th will be the airport loop.
Yes,
and November 17th is the Wood Chute Canyon
we're going to
Trail.
try again on Wood Chute. We had to cancel last month.
That's the 2nd because it rained. And then on November 24th, I want to do this
Please
one
do.
too. It's Tavasi Marsh.
I love Tavasi Marsh.
Yeah, and that's just, I would love to do that.
Yes.
So now members of our television audience will know how they can hike or get healthy living workshops. They have all the phone numbers they need and the email addresses.
Yes.
So thank you very much, and thanks to Yavapai County Community Health Services. You all, everyone there does so much for our community. You really make a difference in people's lives and add to our quality of life, make it better.
We appreciate being here. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And that's the way it is in Cottonwood. See you next time.